The next time that you grab a bite of shrimp at a restaurant off the coast, that plate of food might not be from our waters. And one genetic testing company is looking to prove that. Our Anna Harris got an inside look at this testing and how Lowcountry restaurants and shrimpers are responding.
Enjoying shrimp at Lowcountry coastal restaurants is something many folks around here are familiar with. But what if I told you this seafood was from India or China or Indonesia? Well, one genetic shrimp testing company says that's possible, even from restaurants that claim they serve local seafood.
70% of all seafood consumed in the U.S. is done at restaurants. So any level of fraud at this level is a detriment to our industry.
Genetic testing company Seed is taking samples of shrimp from a random selection of 44 Lowcountry seafood restaurants to see if this is happening here. Among those, Acme Lowcountry Kitchen on the Isle of Palms. They say their shrimp is locally sourced.
This is testing for an imported farm-raised shrimp. You would know that this sample is imported farm-raised and this one is not.
Williams says 2 of the restaurants they've tested have already admitted that their shrimp is not local, but they still have to perform the test, which they've already done in a few other states up the coast.
The Tampa-St. Pete area in Florida, and we did again 44 restaurants, and out of those 44 restaurants, only 2 were selling a domestic wild-caught product,
which Williams says can affect the consumer's health, wallet, and ultimately their trust.
They can end up getting the same shrimp they get at their local Applebee's in Boise, Idaho or Columbus, Ohio.
We found that those price points per dish on average are the same as the authentic dishes or actually even higher.
It's expensive to go out and eat, and why should people spend their hard-earned money on eating imported Asian seafood when they're here by the coast?
So far, Williams says states like Louisiana have stricter labeling laws, which means most restaurants they tested that promoted local shrimp were legit. And shrimper Brian Jones says that should exist here, too.
I think people should be held accountable and provide information to consumers so that they can make intentional, informed decisions about whether or not they want to eat local wild-caught shrimp or imported shrimp.
And he says folks around here should be supporting the Americans in their own backyards.
It does support our local industry. It supports families like mine, families like the folks that I tie up with, and not only the shrimpers, but also all the support industries as well.
Seed says next time you're in a restaurant, ask where their shrimp comes from, even if they promote it as local. They say the restaurant test results are expected to come out around June 10th. In McClellanville, Anna Harris, Live 5 News.